Hello, hello, hello. We are back at a Nissan branded DC CHAdeMO fast charger. And now this one was originally offline a couple days ago. Yesterday it gave me a little bit of a scare with trying to pump a little bit too high a voltage in, but the car's safety features remedied all that and would not let the contactors close to begin charging until the voltages drop down to safe and proper levels. But we're back today. We're starting with a 10% charge in my 60 kilowatt battery pack. We're going to take her up to, depending how fast it goes, either 80 or 90%. I'm probably leaning towards 80. And then I'm also going to end up, not today unfortunately, hopefully maybe tomorrow, I'm going to take a zip down to the Pleasant Prairie supercharger and do a 10% up to 80 or 90, match whatever I do today, in order to do a side-by-side comparison on how fast a 44 kilowatt Nissan branded DC CHAdeMO station with the Tesla adapter takes compared to a supercharger. Now, on the superchargers, the 60 kilowatt battery packs are currently limited to 105 kilowatt hour charge rate. So let's see what we get. Let's hook this baby up. And we're also going to be seeing, I brought a thermal camera, so we're going to do some thermal imaging, see how much this adapter heats up. Now, 44 kilowatts, they really overbeefed this cable. It's at 32 degrees out, so it's actually rather warm today. This thing is a freaking beast. Damn, who the heck designed this stupid standard? But anyways, we got it. So, watch the charge port and we go Shazam! In. It's locked. Over here, quick charger for electric vehicle. Hit the start button. Don't need to do that with the Tesla supercharger. Communicating with vehicle. Heard a click there. Currently it's pumping 505 volts. Oh, scary. I guess it is. Didn't see it last night, but apparently it calls that 505 volts an insulation test. And now we're starting 107 amps at 298 volts. Like I said, my pack's only got 10% charge. And let's see what we got. The other camera's recording the charge speed on the screen. We got 3 cameras today, actually 4, but couldn't think of something to use number 4 for. 32 seconds down. Now, one interesting thing, the station says I have a 9% charge in my battery. The car says I have an 11%. Now it says 10, 11. Seems the station, at least what the station's getting from the car, seems to think it's 1% lower than what the car actually is. 1 minute into it, 300 volts, we're at 107 amps. Let me take a quick... Okay, car is receiving 30 kilowatt charge rate, and I've already regained 1 kilowatt. Still, 30 ain't bad. It sure beats a 30 amp, 208 volt, if you're lucky, level 2 station, and I'll take that any day of the week. So, we're actually just a minute and a half into it. Guess what? Charge rate dropped already. We're at 28 kilowatts. Once again, still faster than your good old standard level 2. Let's see what we got over here. Charge port's blinking. Good. CHAdeMO light. Red. There's also a little green flashy light over here that actually mimics what the charge port's flashing exactly. And it looks like all's good to go. Let me take a look inside the car real quick here. 12%, still at 28 kilowatt charge rate. Car is reporting 92 amps at 300 volts. We're whereas the station is reporting 107 amps at 302 volts. A little bit of a discrepancy between the car and the station. However, part of that might be because of line losses. Now, there will be some losses in the cabling, especially at higher rates. And actually, despite how darn thick, that's how thick that CHAdeMO cable is compared to what the Tesla standard is. And I might add that the thickness of this portion here is pretty much the same thickness of what you're going to see on a Tesla supercharger. So all I can say is Tesla has really refined this standard so well with their own setup. Although I would like to know exactly what size cable is in here. According to the back of the unit, it just says EV Quick Charger. Model number NSQC442E. Nissan Motor Co. Ltd. Input 480 volts, 3-phase, 60 hertz, 50 kVA kilovolt amperes at 60 amps. Output 50 to 500 volts DC, 44 kilowatt max at 120 amps. Rainproof. That's all it says on the back there. There's a little instructions on the side here if you don't know how to charge your own car, which, given the strangeness of the CHAdeMO handle, I can see how some people could get confused. Let me see what's on this side of the station. No markings over here. Now, I will show you guys in a little while. However, I will note that on the side where the air intake is for the cooling, and this is a very common issue with these Nissan CHAdeMO stations, there's a little filter screen on there. However, and it does require lots of periodic maintenance in terms of taking it out, cleaning it off, putting it back in. Takes roughly a minute, is what I'm told to do that. However, it is absolutely solid with crap, which would probably be why so many of these stations get that thermal error that I was speaking of. Now, obviously, I don't own the station. I have some screwdrivers with me, which it looks like all else needed is a Phillips screwdriver, and there are 4 screws to remove the filter and clean it. Well, I could do it, not my station, so I'm not touching something that's not mine. Maybe if I can get a hold, it's a Sunday, so there's nobody here, which this spot was also iced the other day, so even despite it saying, this side says electric vehicle parking, next to it where my camera is motorcycle parking, right next to expecting others parking. Maybe if one day I can get a hold of somebody, because I think I will be using this station quite a bit now that I have this adapter, I can ask if I can clean it for them. I'd be more than happy to. Take, like I said, a minute. Something not so smart about the placement of that filter, though, is that filter is right near the ground. What's near the ground? Everything's near the ground. Goes up, must come down. I can just imagine on a grass clipping day or tree trimming day, if someone's sitting here charging and sucking up everything that's flying in the air from the grass cutting. So anyways, that was just a little rant. I'm trying to keep this entertaining, at least somewhat. We're already at only 15%, so we've only gained 5% since I started. That says 14, that says 15. Still some discrepancy there. Not too much of a deal, though. Still charging at 28 kilowatts, quite a bit lower than the 44 kilowatt maximum. I'd probably lean towards the reasoning being is the amperage limit. We're at 16. We've gained 3 kilowatts back. Not too shabby. I'd probably lean towards the reasoning being is the maximum amperage output due to the large battery pack of the Model S cars. They can accept such a massive rate of charge, higher amperage, which the Tesla superchargers can put out quite a high amperage charge rate. However, the lower amperage limit means that at the lower voltages, it can't put as many kilowatts through that cable as you hit that amperage or volts times, let's see, watts divided by volts equals amps. So if this thing has a 120 amp maximum output. And we're at 107 amps, so we'll give it a little overhead. It's still not quite the best. But let's see, 107 amps, so watts divided by volts equals amps. So, alright, let's just say we're at 306 volts right now. So at 306 volts. So volts times amps equals watts. So math kind of all goes around. So 306 volts times 107 amps equals 32 kilowatts. Cars are reporting actually just went up. We're at 30. Voltage on the car also went up a bit. So 32, 742. Now, let's just say I'm closer to a max charge. So let's say I'm at 340 volts instead of 306. So 340 volts times, let's say the same amperage, 107 amps, is 36 kilowatts. See where I'm going with this? Now the Tesla portion of the cable is at 34 degrees in the camera. Well, now this is actually recording a video, so you'll actually be able to see the raw footage. But the Tesla portion of the cable here is slightly higher than the CHAdeMO cable. However, the CHAdeMO cable is considerably thicker, and it looks like it has lots more sheathing on the cable itself. Now the handle portions, there's some slight heat buildup here, little bit here, and that's about it. Going into the car, there's a little bit of a hot spot on the charge ring, but that's about it. And when I say hot spot, I'm talking 34 degrees. Whereas, like I said, outside right now it's 25 out, so it is dropping. Actually, it's my tires are considerably hotter than anything else. My disc brakes are at 60. Let's see, the CHAdeMO Franken-plug thing here. 0 degrees at the top. 22, 23. Coming down. It's warmer right at this narrow spot here. Otherwise, pretty much the entire CHAdeMO cable's cold. Just getting a look from the back of the unit. There's a big box portion here. Holy crap, that is hot. Ooh, that's nice and warm. Now there's 3 cooling fans on the back here too. The cooling fan temperature is 90 degrees. This nice big pan on the back, probably where the inverters, actually not converters, whatever the charging equipment is currently at about 74 degrees. There's one spot at 84. The service entrance cable on the ground, really no temperature change. The box on the wall here, no real temperature change either. Let's see up on the top. 50 degrees up towards the top, but the box is warmer than my hand. My hand is 39 degrees, whereas the station here is currently now at about 70 in the middle. So there is some heat buildup. I'd probably say that if they clean that filter, there's a nice hot spot there. If they clean that filter, it would probably reduce that heat tremendously. But in terms of heat buildup at the about 30 kilowatts we're charging at, there's pretty much none. This is a few degrees, but compared to a supercharger, pumping 100 and something kilowatts into your car, 105 up to 135, depending on if you have a 60 or 85 pack, the heat buildup of this, it's nothing. It's negligible. Inside the unit, I'm not so sure. It's that station's getting pretty warm. Alright, well, my video had cut out, unfortunately. Anyways, what I was saying at the time was, due to the lower voltage of the 60 kilowatt packs, I'll never be able to use the maximum that the station can put out. Unfortunately, Nissan design failed. Charger temperature error occurred at only 30 kilowatts. Why? Packed filter. I call it, or what? Useless station. And that sucker's still pretty warm. Still putting out quite a bit of heat, even though I had to unplug it. I figured, what the hell? Let's pull the big one there off. Back on. Let's see if that resets the station. If it does, that'd be pretty nice, because let it cool down. Nope. Charger temperature error occurred. Looks like I will have to call them tomorrow and let them know. Clean your damn filter. But come on, Nissan design fail of this station. A filter right by the ground where it can suck up any bit of dust, dirt, crap, contaminants that are floating by. And since even when before the station crapped out, before I even started charging, the fans are going, it's sucking everything through there 24/7, 365, whether someone's charging or not. So, unfortunately, I will not be able to complete the 10% to 80 or 90% charge video today. Very disappointed, since I actually had someone that's watching my kids, so I could do the videos for you and try and do it right.
Smile, cheese.